Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Well, at least that's a big word, doing well. If we know how difficult the moment is, it could be easy to just avoid putting videos, to avoid going live, to avoid uploading and speaking about our beloved Juventus, but that's not what we are used on the channel. We are here when we are able to celebrate trophies, scudetti, and so on and so on. We are here especially and even more when it's difficult, because we have to stay all together. That doesn't mean that we have to be happy about the moment, absolutely not, because the things are not going well. And that's why we will speak about what the papers are saying about our beloved Juventus. Gazzetta dello Sport, Corriere dello Sport, Tutto Sport are all speaking about crisis. The question that I want to answer immediately, is it crisis? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it is. It is crisis. Why? Because the performances are not there, the results are not there, but it's even more than that. A lot of people are speaking about Juventus, and we'll go through all the details. What is the problem of Juventus? How can we potentially solve it? Or at least according to the papers, what are they saying? So I'm asking you, putting a maximum of likes, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. We start immediately with Corriere dello Sport, who is saying crisi al max. What does that mean? I don't think that you need some translation. Everyone understands that they mean the crisis at the max level, using max as Massimiliano Allegri, putting also a picture of Massimiliano Allegri with a hand in his hair or on his head, because hair, he lost them. We see also a picture of Paulo Dybala that yesterday scored, and also Belotti scored. Irony. Dybala is doing really well at Roma. We have to say it how it is. But that's not the main focus of the video today. We continue with Gazzetta dello Sport, who is using the same words as we used. Chaos, blah, 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 blah. No, they are using crisis. Crisis. Allegri under target. Juve in piena crisi. Juventus in a total crisis. Max ora è più solo. Max is more and more alone at the moment. The club is asking, is demanding a change. A change now. Not in men, we will discuss about that, but a change in performance. Starting on Sunday, because don't forget, Serie A start already today on Friday with Salernitana, and we will play on Sunday, 3 p.m. game. Tutto Sport is saying Allegri comincia a correre. Allegri start to run. What does that mean, start to run? Not Allegri starting to run. The players, the team, Juventus, now, because we have no time. This is also the message of the management to Allegri after that meeting of yesterday. Allegri, now, we have to run. Run, because that's the problem of Juventus. At a certain moment of the game, they stop running. So let's go inside the papers. Sotto esame, under exam. Allegri, the game, the head, the run, as we said, the physical preparation, but also the injuries. Everything is into exam. They identified 4 points that we will go through. La condizione atletica is under exam. The athletic condition, the physical condition is under exam. It's not normal that you have only fuel for 20 minutes. This is what Gazzetta dello Sport is taking as the first point. That's also the main question that we have. Why? How is it possible? Also, as a second point, the fragility, the mental fragility of our team. We see that at a certain moment of the game that we are leading 1-0 or that we are conceding a goal or whatever, after a certain moment we collapse. We have these blackouts, and one time it can happen. 2 times is already too much for a club as Juventus. If it happens since the beginning of the season, is absolutely too much. Something has to be done there. We can't just stop playing. Gli infortuni, the injuries, a lot of muscular injuries. The management of these cases has to be reworked on, has to be reseen. Tutto Sport is speaking about one of the solutions. We will come back on that. And of course, the game. A lot of people are speaking about the game of Allegri or the no game at the moment. Since last year, we are asking us all these questions. How will we be able to work and give this team a soul and some ideas? These are the points that Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking about. Also a fifth one, they are saying the excuses, because it's true that with a lot of players that are missing, this is what Gazzetta dello Sport is saying, not me, but with a lot of players that are missing, Pogba, Chiesa, Di Maria, and so on, Locatelli, Rabiot, and so on, we have to launch these young players that probably are missing a bit of experience, but this can't be an excuse, because the time that you will have these players again at disposal it will be probably too late for Champions League. Maybe even too late for Serie A. So these are the talking points, and we see it. The results are absolutely not great with the 3-0 win versus Sassuolo, 0-0 versus Sampdoria, 1-1 versus Roma, 2-0 versus Spezia, 1-1 versus Fiorentina, and 2-2 versus Salernitana. We are only speaking about the Serie A, because if we go towards the Champions League, we have 0 points, and this is the worst start of Allegri, probably also the worst start of Juventus in Europe. E ora Allegri è rimasto solo, and we have the points that Juventus has to do better. These were spoken in the first double page of Gazzetta, but now we are speaking about other problems, because there are a lot of problems. E ora Allegri è rimasto solo, and now Allegri remained alone. The supporters are absolutely not with Allegri. Di Maria, the case where he was speaking with Milik about the change. Why did you change? Also the players that were not all of them saying to the supporters after the game of Benfica, sorry, and taking the whistles. They were not all of them together. And also Arriva Bene, the joke that he made after going to lunch before Benfica Juve, or Juve Benfica, in that restaurant, saying, who will pay? Will you pay the next coach? All these kind of things are probably too much. If on top of that we hear the mentor, the best friend of Allegri, we're speaking about Galeone, that was his ex-trainer, still a good friend, they have a really great relationship. If today we hear the words that he was using in Gazzetta dello Sport, we have to worry. We really have to worry, because Galeone was saying Juventus, even if they are complete with all the players, Di Maria, Chiesa, Pogba, and the other ones, it's still a mediocre team. These are the words that he used today in Gazzetta dello Sport. He continued saying, even Paredes, it's not Pirlo. It's not Pirlo. Allegri will have to do a miracle to qualify in the Champions League of next year, to enter that top 4, even with a top team. I don't agree with that. We already spoke a lot of time about the incomplete team, the fullback situation. We already spoke about it, the center back that is missing. And I totally agree that we are missing some pieces. We also said it was impossible to change everything in 1 year. But from there to define the team mediocre, I am sorry. With the men that you have, if you are not able to beat Sampdoria, Salernitana, there is a problem. There is a big problem. I don't agree totally with Galeone, that is actually putting even more pressure to the team, to the men. And it's nothing actually that is helping the team in terms of mentality, because when they will read it, can break a locker room. These words can break a locker room. We continue, because Tuttosport is taking another point of view. They are saying the club is still with Max. He's part of the solution. He's not actually in an exit way at the moment. They didn't even take it into account to stop and to dismiss Allegri. A lot of reasons, like Maurizio Arrivabene was maybe saying as a joke, but there is a part of true on it. The salary, the length of the contract, but also because they wanted to build a mercato for him, and we just started the season. So at the moment, Allegri is part of the solution and not in an exit way. That doesn't mean that they are happy. Absolutely not. You are angry. I am angry. Everyone is angry. In the management, they are also angry. There will be one of the support of Andreini. We already spoke about him in the beginning of the season. It's a new physical manager, so he will oversee all the preparation, physical and so on, from all the teams of Juventus. He is already there. He started in July. He will be next to Allegri this time to supervise, to give some ideas, because it has to be better. We can't just stop running after 20 minutes. The supporters are dreaming about the change of a coach. A lot of times on the channel, but also on social network, the name of Zinedine Zidane is coming back more and more and more. I already explained you, and today Tuttosport is also explaining, he is waiting for the bench of the French national team. So Tuttosport is saying, it's not okay to dream about Zidane, because the percentages are there, 0.0001%. Only if Deschamps remains in the national team, maybe there is an opening for Zidane, but it will not be like that. So after all this chaos about all we spoke about in the video, and especially the words of Galeone, now we will need also the men, because we spoke for 9 minutes about the mistakes of Allegri, why he is under target, what the club told him, but now we also have to take the players and put them a bit responsibilities, make them a bit accountable. E ora servono uomini. And now we need the men. What are they meaning with that, the men? They need character, they need behavior, they need a bit of soul, a bit of spirit, a bit of grinta. They need to react now, because also them are under target in terms of behaviors, in terms of losing focus, being not in the game for 95 minutes, the mistakes and so on. They have to do it. The blackout needs to stop really, really fast. How will we go towards Monza with Landucci on the bench? Because we know that that Allegri is not there. He has been disqualified, so he's suspended. Will not be there versus Monza. Well, Allegri is training the team since the beginning of the week. He will work with them. He is working with them. He's working in really close collaboration with Landucci so that he's able to follow also what he's asking and the changes in the game. Do you have a red card? Are you leading? Are you losing? They are working together so that Landucci knows what Allegri wants him to do on the bench. But anyway, we will start with a tridente, 3 men up front. After having actually Milik out of suspension, Cuadrado out of suspension, we will have Vlahovic on top, and behind him there will be Kostic on the left side and Di Maria probably from the start. What about the other players? We are speaking about Rabiot, maybe, we are not even sure. Locatelli, no. Alexandro will not be there neither versus Monza. Szczesny could be there, probably yes, more a yes than a no for Szczesny. If we are continuing to speak about the coach, well, there are some other rumors that are saying that if at a certain moment a change is taken, can be after Monza, can be after the end of the first part of Serie A. We're speaking about 13th of November, right before the World Cup start. Well, the name of De Zerbi is strong. They are speaking about De Zerbi, that at the moment is saying no, wait to Brighton, because we know that there are some contacts with the team of England. Brighton for De Zerbi as a coach, he was about to say yes. He's asking some time because he wants to understand what is happening with Juve. At the moment, I tell you, I don't know if De Zerbi will really be the coach of Juve one day. I don't think so, but everything can change in football, and the voices are there more and more and more and more. One that will probably not be there next year is Cuadrado. We saw a Cuadrado that was absolutely not at the level since the beginning of the season. Apparently Juventus took note about it and they will probably not renew his contract. Juventus changed a lot. And Juventus will continue to change a lot in terms of players, but also in the management. After November 2018, so 4 years ago, where Juventus announced a new management under Agnelli. We're speaking about the sporting part with Paratici, Chief Officer Revenue. We are speaking about Ricci, and also about the services, and we are speaking about Re, 3 players that were working vertical under Allegri. None of them is there anymore because Ricci also gave his dismissal and he will leave at the end of September. So a total new management now, and the project that we started when we were on top and that we saw the failure 4 years later, none of them is remaining. One that will remain, and probably the only good news of that start of Serie A next to Milik, it's Miretti. Miretti that entered the top 40. From a list of 100 players, he's still there in the list of the top 40 of the Golden Boy Awards that we know that a lot of players won in the past, like Holland, like Pogba, like Mbappe, and so on and so on. Miretti is still in the top 40. Will he win? Probably not, because there are a lot of young players that already showed a lot of things, but Miretti is there, and that's a really beautiful news, because we have to believe in the future. When will we have again a glory future? We don't know, but at least Miretti will be part of it. Grazie for following the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Grazie, forza Juve.